Why is it that whenever you see a DeLorean for sale, it always says low miles? Because they're only driven from time to time. So, finally got a few things showing up. Back to work on these 243 heads that are going on the 5.3 for the RX-7 here. And I was switching some springs over the other day when I noticed that some of these valves, like I tried cleaning them up and they're just like pitted and like have so much carbon buildup that it's like, valves on Rock Auto are pretty cheap, not a sponsor. Rock Auto, if you want to sponsor me, hit me up, let me know. But yeah, these are just factory replacements, but yeah, this should be much better. But while I was at it, I also ordered some new intake valves, which haven't shown up yet. Just want to check. Oh yeah, look at that. Got this thing almost buttoned up, just waiting on the head bolts for that, because I don't have any Gen 4 head bolts laying around. So what I'm going to do, at least for these, so we can get the exhaust sides done on both of the heads, is I'll put a drill on the back side of the stem to spin it while, you know, hitting it with one of these. And then hopefully in 1 day to 3 months, the intake valves will show up. I don't really need the intake valves. I just, while I was replacing the exhaust, I figured I'd replace the intake valves too. The intake valves look pretty much fine, but it's just the point that I already ordered them. So, I don't remember where I actually first saw this, but it's definitely a stolen technique that I'm sure a lot of people do when they're just garage rebuilding their own stuff. Basically what it does is it helps mate the surface of the valve here to the surface of the head where it comes in contact, just so it seals a little bit better. Try not to destroy fingers. There we go. Voila! I just want to paint pen this first one, because I already did it. That has the new spring on it. Because like I said, we're waiting to do the intake valves. We're just doing the exhaust valves right now. This one's got so much buildup. You know, because I know if I don't show it, someone will think that I'm just raw dogging these. I do have an actual valve grinding compound here. Them boys in there. You guys also like to just do that just to make sure everything's seated right? Or is that just me? So I'll get them thrown on the other head real quick and then I don't really know. Alright, got them all in, looking pretty cute. So I kind of wanted to just try a couple things out here to clean them up. Got a Scotch-Brite. And I was curious if this polishing compound would do anything. It probably won't, but what if it does? You know? Like I said, probably won't. But what if it does? But it probably won't. But what if it does? But you know, it probably won't. But, man, what if it does? You know, I do think that down here, actually up here too, it kind of did something. Isn't that wacky? How wacky is that? That's so wacky, dude. And I also wanted to try this quick mist detailer. You on? Hello? Because, I mean, you know, like they always say, it probably won't do anything. But what if it does? Now, I know that there's like the acids you can buy at truck stops and stuff to clean semis that are super strong. I can't remember what it's called right now. I keep wanting to say hydrochloric acid, but I don't think that's it. Might be it. But I'm kind of like a use what I have kind of guy, you know? And I have Scotch-Brite and a quick detailer. I think it turned out pretty good. You guys couldn't see that at all. Wow. Alright, so the before was this. That's what it looked like before. Yeah, here, we'll do this side too. Frig it. Chrome wheel cleaner usually works pretty well too. But I just feel like trying some wacky, weird stuff right now. I think this would just have to get wire brushed. I mean, it's definitely better, but like some of this stuff that's so just horribly caked on. Alright, gave it a quick wheel wiring and it cleaned up pretty good. Why'd I do it? I don't really know, man. I guess to feel like I accomplished something today. I figured maybe if I have something shiny on it, the small block Chevy guys will accept me again. But yeah, that's kind of all we can really do today. I mean, there's a bunch of other little stuff that, I'll be honest, I just don't feel like doing right now. That was really bright. But before we wrap things up, I kind of wanted to take a second and talk about the Fiero real quick. So the last video with it, I said that the plan was to stay NA and try to use the stock transfer as long as I can. But I was talking with Justin Pickard, not sure how it's pronounced, from Pickard Performance. Him and his dad kind of specialize in LS swapped Fieros. So I've been picking his brain on a bunch of stuff, like the cooling system, best way to go with the water pump, because LS4s have the weird like water pump manifold kind of deal. I was asking him about exhaust system, things like that, if they've ever used stock trans, and basically it kind of made me think that the way to go might be just to see, whenever I go to say it, it's like my thing is always to just try to get it running and enjoy it. I mean, obviously right now the car does run and drive, but it's like we could just swap the engine in, figure out a lot of stuff, but it's like I know that that would be kind of a temporary thing because this transmission wouldn't hold up forever. And when it would come time to swap to the F40 transmission, all the stuff that I would have to do to like get the starter to work with this transmission and everything would kind of have to be undone. You know what I mean? Because it's like to get it to work with this one, I'd have to put the starter on the oil pan, which I could still use that spot for the other transmission. But that complicates exhaust routing, and it's kind of like a domino sort of situation. It just messes with one thing, which messes with the next thing, and so on and so forth. So there's a part of me that just wants to, because we've got the engine almost together, just waiting on head bolts and a valley cover for it. So there's part of me that wants to just find an F40 transmission, and then just to make making the exhaust system that much easier, just put a turbo on it. Like those clear a lot of things. Now there are some stock manifolds. I don't remember what ones he said. I think he said LS7 maybe. The cast manifolds, LS3. I don't remember. I'm putting words in his mouth right now. But he said one of the factory manifolds fit really well and they just weld V-bands on them. But it's like, man, if we're already there, like even just the eBay turbo that I used to have on the RX-7 on this thing, it would just make things a little bit easier. You know, just stuff like this. Stuff like this is why I'm broke. But I can tell you one thing for certain, whether we go turbo or not, we will be running Snake Eater performance injectors in it. So if you would like to save 10% off your order, use the link in the description below or use code Snydertron for 10% off your order at Snake Eater Performance. Works on anything in the entire store, I believe. So, and we always have merch available at the Teespring store. That's also in the description below. I think it'd be a lot cooler. I think it'd actually simplify a few things. There's just like the initial upfront cost because those F40 transmissions, there is that upfront cost. Anyway, enough rambling, enough of this nonsense, useless video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing and clicking that bell. We'll see you next time.